Hello and welcome to OlyTV and our Utah High School basketball breakdown. We just got a brief breakdown here. Me and Jack will be talking about some of the biggest games that happened yesterday between Olympus and East. Obviously, that was a very big game. And so we'll start off here with the scores around the state. Our first game, we're going to talk about Pleasant Grove, American Fork. Pleasant Grove fell to American Fork in a huge upset. Jack, talk about this Pleasant Grove team. Where were they at coming into this game?
Well, coming into this game, Pleasant Grove was one of the top teams in 6A. They're around 4th or 3rd in the league, in 6A. Then here losing to this American Fork team, it sort of hurts them. Now they're going to drop down to around 5th or 6th and get passed up by a few of those teams in 6A. So it takes them from that top 3 down to that top 5 spot.
And when we look at overall state rankings, a lot of people had Pleasant Grove above Olympus. Now Pleasant Grove, I think you have to drop them below the Titans. Speaking of the Titans, they won one by the skin of their teeth against East last night, 62-56. And the difference in that game was 3-point shooting for both teams, Jack. What happened last night behind the arc?
I think East, they came into that game. It was really their biggest game left on the schedule. They haven't been doing too good on the year, so they picked the best team left on their schedule, and they chose that game to bring their game. They made 11 threes as a team. They played well, and they almost had it right there. Dutch Dowdell with his 8 threes, pitching in 29 points, helped Olympus carry him to the win.
Yeah, Wistersill and Dowdell combined for 49 points and 10 3-point makes in the win. This was the Titans' worst offensive game since the Davis loss. We've seen a trend over the past 3 games of Olympus not playing to their top offensive level. They have a week here before the Skyline game to figure that out and get their offense back to the high level we've seen this year.
And even if they're not playing at their top level is best in the state. So if they're just playing above average offense like we saw in 62 points, that's still a good enough offense. It's just not used to our 70 to 80 points that they get every game.
Exactly. Our next game is Alta Timpview. Alta takes down Timpview 70-61. This was a game where Alta was on upset watch. Alta took down Orem last Friday, winning by 15 points and taking the lead in their region. And Alta is now looking like the second best team in 5A behind Olympus. So Alta hanging with the Titans, getting that big win over Timpview. Final one is Fremont-Weber. Fremont, this has been an interesting team. They beat Davis just a couple weeks ago. They have won a couple close games. They beat Skyridge last week. Now to follow a mediocre Weber team, very surprising. And 6A, you have Davis, Bingham. After that, with Pleasant Grove and Fremont losing, I don't know who you put as the third best team in 6A.
Yeah, 6A, they've had a lot of teams that move into that top spot, Pleasant Grove, Fremont, and all these teams moving up there. But 6A, they have the most talent top to bottom. Those bottom teams, maybe their record isn't the best, but they have more talent than the bottom teams in, say, 4A or 5A. And so if you're a top team in 6A, every game you have to bring it because that bottom team has the talent and the potential to upset you.
Looking at more Olympus sports, last night Olympus girls basketball got a huge win over East, 73-56. It was just a great night for the Titans. This was a game where it was a trap game. East is a lot better than their record says. Mia Tarver, a great scoring guard, and Olympus took East punches and just rode with it and is able to pull off the big win. Avi Karen had 10 points in the win. Mary Sheets with 18 and Alyssa Blank with 21. What did you see from the Lady Titans last night, Jack?
Well, it was all around a great performance. We saw Mary Sheets with 18, Alyssa Blank in her usual 20, Avi Karen with 10. So each person chipped in enough, and it was all around offensive game. Everyone had it, and everyone was scoring well.
And I think the big difference for this team right now is that they have always brought 100% effort every game, but right now they're just clicking on a level that we haven't seen before, and their execution is so high right now. Their offense has been incredible. They've scored 60-plus in the last 6 games, and they have a big matchup coming up this next week. Next Tuesday, both men's and girls basketball will take on the Skyline Eagles. Men will be at Skyline, ladies will be at home. And that is a huge matchup, especially for the Lady Titans. Basically, the winner of that game will win Region 6. We'll be broadcasting the game, just a huge game. Jack, what do the Lady Titans need to do to beat that Skyline team?
Well, they need to make sure they improve on the interior game. Skyline, they're great with their centers on the inside, and so if they want to win, they got to make sure they match them or raise it to another level.
And then for men's basketball, coming off that tough game against East, what do they need to do to beat Yorgo Gillespie's and this Eagle team?
Well, they did a great job on them guarding them last time they played. They're going to continue to do that, but offensively, they're just fine. They just need to continue to get back to what they do and get others involved, as opposed to just the two players scoring we saw in East. Just sort of get on your best game entering the playoffs.
Well, that'll wrap up our little recap here. OlyTV will not have a basketball game this Friday as the Titans do not play. So make sure to be tuning to games around the state. There are some big ones. And thank you for watching. Go Titans.